So we're going to go over, we've had some progression with our customer GCS and want to turn this into a case study as we go here. We have a new idea on how we can further improve from where we're at. So what I want to walk through here in this call is twofold. Number one, where they were with their previous website, some of the improvements that we've made, and then what we see as an opportunity right now that we're going to do as a case study. So we have our web development team here with us. That's Mr. Allen. Say hi, Allen. And then we've got Carl, our lead SEO here. Hello. And we're going to talk about the strategy that we've come up with to help further improve not just their organic presence, which this is going to do, but also hopefully to help increase conversions. The customer here is GCS, and this was the website that they were previously rocking. If you scroll through it, it's pretty attractive. It has some neat features where you see some before and afters. And honestly, this website served them pretty well with the 5 or 6 locations that they have now. We've been doing their SEO now for 3 years. And each time they've added a new location, we've spun up a new location for them on Google My Business and built the appropriate pages on this website to help them grow. And that's been pretty significant. But about 7 or 8 months ago, we broached the subject with them that we thought there were some ways to improve. One of the main things that we noticed were the get a quote situation, which required whenever you clicked get a quote to first choose the location that you were in. So that's friction point number 1. And then we had a secondary page that says get a quote. I've already said that I want a quote. Now I've had to click a new button to tell what location we're in. And then I'm having to click another button to start the quote before I can even start selecting what we need here. So we talked to them about that and think the solutions that we built around that are going to help increase their conversions significantly. We've already definitely seen an uptick in traffic. On the mobile side, just to show you what that looks like, this is what the website looked on mobile. Again, quite attractive, but from a conversion rate standpoint, we saw a lot of opportunities. The other challenge with this particular project had to do with the fact that this is multi-location. The website was developed on WordPress, and we wanted to be able to make this more dynamic for the end user. So when they go onto the website, it may be necessary for them to choose a location, but if we are already able to obtain what location they're coming through, say they're at the Austin location, they click on the Google My Business, it would seamlessly transition to Austin. That way, if they're trying to get a quote, they don't have to select what location they're looking to get a quote from. Also, for routing purposes, we built some customization in their CRM. So this is the new website and the new process. I'll give just a quick view around aesthetically, which I think we're all pretty pleased with. Came out really well. Alan did some really cool stuff here so that we have this kind of frosted look to match with the glass theme. Got some great high quality pictures from GCS here, kind of showcasing some of the cool things that they've done, their different services that they offer, video content about them. We just recently added this, which kind of showcased the progression of the company. They've been featured in Inc. 5000 multiple years in a row now. Just kind of a quick walkthrough on that. Looking at the mobile side of things, this is the new look for mobile. Again, focused on conversion. We wanted to make sure that at any point in the process that they decided that they were ready to work with us, that the call to action here at the bottom was quick to get to. I also provided a chat widget here, which allows them to change the location they're on if they like. Obviously to do it on mobile side, or send a message directly to them through text, some FAQs, out the reviews, their process, view their YouTube channel, stuff like that. So from an aesthetics perspective, I think we achieved a lot. I also feel like we achieved a lot as as far as functionality to the end user. And so walking through the get a quote process, I'm going to get a quote from the Carmel, California area. You can immediately go into getting a quote. You can get shower glass quote here. And this was all custom designed to help make this as frictionless as possible. I can choose my type. I can choose clear glass. So you'll notice there's a lot of different options. And so what we're actually looking to build a case study around is, can we make up some numbers here? Can we further enhance how well this does by improving the education that we provide to the customer? So we're looking at putting together a product guide. Real quick, just some numbers. We launched this website about 3 months ago now, and looking at their Google Analytics, their organic search presence went up by about 17% as far as number of sessions. And then also looking at just all traffic, it's at a 4% bump in all traffic over the last 90 days compared to the previous 90 days. So on top of the growth that they've had over the 3 years with us, they've had an even better bump. And we had a meeting with them yesterday. They commented how well the website is converting and how much more traffic they're getting through it. So I think they're pretty pleased with that. But to go along with the concept or idea of improving this further, again, there's a lot of options involved with the different products. We're going to start with a product guide around buying showers because that's the prominent portion of their business. We've put together an outline of what we thought should go into this content. Again, trying to think in terms of making it very in-depth so that it can answer the questions you may have in advance of needing to reach out and ask for them, or causing any kind of confusion as they're going through the buying process. We're trying to educate them as much as possible. Do you guys have any comments on this portion?
Yeah, actually, I remember. So back when we were talking about the website originally, when we did the full redesign, they were talking about Chance was talking about how he wanted GCS to be shown as an expert. Yeah, GCS wants to be the expert in shower glass. They want to have all the answers to any questions customers might have. And so that's kind of where the buyer's guide came from, was wanting a way to showcase everything on one page, but also make it easily navigable and showcase them as an expert, but then also help lead it into the buying process and getting the quote. So really just helping that flow a lot easier instead of them having to navigate around the site to find that information.
What are your thoughts on leveraging something like this, Carl, from an SEO perspective?
Yeah. So, obviously, as Greg, you mentioned, they've been on HGTV, they've been on the, Inc. 500, so obviously from a Google standpoint, they have some authority that's, been able to help their SEO. So I think this would be the next step, other than helping them move outward into more cities. I think this is the natural progression, is to start building out this buying guide that we could use as a bit of a hub page and link out to some of our other assets, so that when the end user does do their due diligence to go and shop for buying a new shower glass enclosure or shower doors, they can, leverage this guide and be able to find, all the work that we've done accessible in one place. So
something else that I think plays into the SEO side of things is we're not going for a short blog post. We do want to pack as much detail in this as possible, which I think is going to give us an advantage. Whenever Google reads that information, they're going to see us as an authority because we have all of the answers. If you think in terms of what Google is looking for, I always start the conversation of SEO or organic rankings with the premise that Google is a platform designed to make money. They're a business. They are truly protective of their end user. They want that end user to do a search and them to provide in a very, very quick manner the result that's going to serve them best. And the reason that's in their best interest, being Google, is because if they don't have an audience, they can't sell Google advertising back to people that want to pay for ads and put it in front of their audience. If they were continuously showing poor results, you would invariably end up using something like DuckDuckGo or Bing or look for an alternative to Google. Google has become king because they do focus on serving their audience well. one of the things that goes into serving the audience well is making sure that whoever, like if you're asking a question on Google, they want to make sure that they're pairing you up with an authority in that space. If we had a 5-page website that had very little information on it, it'd be very difficult for Google to decide that our website's an authority. So when we put together the outline, we were thinking in terms of, number one, what people are wanting. But then as we transitioned over and Carl helped put together the draft for the content that we're going to start optimizing this from, you can see there's a lot of information here, and that's going to play a factor in creating that authority that we're looking for.
I just want to add one thing too, where Greg mentioned exactly what Google wants, and that's to, have to display to the end user concise information that they're looking for. And I think, the timing for this isn't just a coincidence. We know that with AI and things, the future of digital marketing is just that, is to be able to give the end user concise information fast without them having to dig around for it. So, this lends itself to that strategy. Oh, and also, this isn't just a one and done. This is something that we plan to add to as we go. Like, for example, if there's a new coding or a new hardware that is more popular, or any type of new technology, we would be the first to know, since we have, such experience in this niche. And then, we would be probably one of the first to add it to a buying guide. So that keeps the client at the forefront of the industry.
I think when we were going through this too, we found that if you were to look for buyer's guide or frameless shower doors, that the competitors that had any kind of guide at all were fairly limited. And so what we're aiming to do is build more and better, right? More and better information, trying to provide as much detail to the end user as possible. And when we put this together, we also don't want just a big wall of text and images. We want this to feel like an experience, and something that I think is missing from all these other guides, because there's a lot of information in this one as an example. And we're not particularly calling out Pioneer. I don't know anybody over there, or frameless showers. Even though this one's more visually appealing, we think in terms of somebody may be interested in frameless shower doors, but we don't know where they're starting at in their journey. They may be completely unaware that this was a thing, and they're starting from scratch. They may not know that factors are involved, given what the space is that they're working with, whether they can even do a frameless shower given the space they're working with. They may not know the difference in types of glass, et cetera. And so when we put the guide together, we want that information to be there, but we also don't want to frustrate somebody who may be a little bit more advanced. Maybe they've already decided they know they want frosted glass. They know what kind of hardware they want, and they're looking for a piece of information that's specific to their journey. You have some people that are in the remodeling stage, and they're just trying to get a feel for how they're going to put things together. And then you have people that are basically ready to go, and they have just a few short questions. So looking through these guides, and something I think we can learn from that we're going to include in ours is, as you can see, like this is a great big long piece of information, putting together a navigation that helps you find the information you're looking for quickly. Because again, the goal is not just to have a lot of information, it's also to make it very functional and useful to the end user who's looking. Something that we've been playing around with is there will be some customers that are like, I know I want a frameless shower, but I don't know what I don't know. Tell me what I want. Tell me what I need based off of my situation. And so on top of the guide having a great navigation, we've thought about putting an option in where it's like, well, tell us about how big your bathroom is. Are you going to be a corner, or is it standalone? Like, we can pull some information from them and then give them the results of, here's what we suggest for you based off who you are. Again, just trying to make this guide as comprehensive as possible. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
Yeah, almost making it too like it's a salesperson for you. So your salesperson on the floor will ask you like, well, what are you looking for? What size is your bathroom? Are you looking for, hardware to look like this? Do you want frameless? And then, so then we're giving those, we can just feed those to them. They can just answer it. And then from there, we can help guide them on where they need to go if they have no idea and they just want to be told what they need.
Yeah, I think what all the other buying guides pretty much are is just like picking the glass, picking the hardware, picking the style. But if you look at our outline, it's got like, what's the installation process like? How do I, what's the best way to get a quote, or, other questions that, again, like Alan said, are exactly what questions would be if someone was in your showroom, like, okay, I know I want gold. I know I want frameless. Okay, the coating sounds great. Good upsell there. But what about all the other questions, and that's really, I think, what sets us apart. I mean, even some of the buying guides from like Lowe's, and they're like maybe a quick guide or like a 101, guide on frameless glass, but they're not in depth, I don't think. So, I mean, I feel like most people are using, the buying guide is just a keyword, but they're really not providing what the title says,
We're really excited about this. And I think GCS is as well, when we've presented the what and the why that we're suggesting it. The intention right now is we're going to start with the shower guide, and then they also offer mirrors and glass railings and stuff like that. I've become very versed at the shower doors because we spent a lot of time with them, but I'm way less versed at what I would need to ask when we're talking about a wine cellar, for instance. So I'm excited in starting with the frameless showers and then leveraging their expertise as experts in glassware of any kind to build some additional guides that all kind of tie together, so that whenever someone lands on this website, we're quickly delivering that information. And I think the result that we're going to see overall from this case study is that by implementing these guides, the number of people purchasing from them is going to go up. Another huge advantage to this guide from an SEO perspective is it's usable for other companies too. They could easily share it as a resource. So you may have a remodeling company that's like, hey, this is a great piece of information. And in turn, they're going to link back to our website. For those of you who don't know, links from other websites can be incredibly valuable to helping you show up higher in search. So I think the end result that we're going to see here is more conversions because we have customers that are better educated. We made that information more accessible, and organically, we're going to just start showing up more frequently because we're, again, showcasing our authority on these different glass products and making it super easy for Google's audience or their end users to find what they're looking for. So I'm excited about this project. Again, we got the okay handful of days ago from GCS. We'll try to pull some meetings with them, their feedback as we're going through this process. Right now, we just have an outline and an idea where we're trying to go with our content. But we're going to do some recordings through this process to show the different changes to the project as we go. And then long term, we'll show what the results or the impact of doing something like this is on a website. And just thinking towards like when we're going to check in next or when you're going to see next in the video, our kind of next step, now that we've kind of got an idea of where we're going content wise, is Alan's going to start mocking those up. We're going to get some designs together to make it aesthetically pleasing and well laid out. And we're going to showcase that to GCS and let them see what they think and get their feedback on it. So we will see you for the next update.